Hello, Gemini. Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead. How are you, my friends? And happy birthday. How are you? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for clicking here. Gemini, if you just tripped over this channel and you've never been here before, welcome here. There's a subscription button down the right-hand corner there if you're interested in subscribing and staying. We have a bit of a community here by now, so if you're someone who is interested in being a little chitty-chatty, then that's what we like to do in the comments, some of us. So welcome here. If you are the ride or die and you're always here in the comments and sharing, subscribing, giving the thumbs up, I do appreciate you. You're growing this Gemini tribe, and I really am grateful. So today we are doing a reading for the week ahead. Whenever I do a reading, is always for the week ahead, whether you get this reading today, tomorrow, or next year. Right now, I'm dropping these cards on the 30th of May. We've already burned through May. Do you believe it? This is going to be whenever you find it. It is a general reading, by the way. So we are going to do two hands, Gemini, is what we're going to do. We're going to do one reading, and then we're going to put away the cards and pick up another deck and do a second reading. Sometimes those two readings will be a continuance of each other, and sometimes they won't. Sometimes there'll be two different reads. Let's find out what we get for you. Tell me about Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Gemini, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for Gemini. What's coming up in the week ahead for Gemini? We do have the King of Cups. So there is something coming up that is going to be emotional. You're showing me your emotional side here, Gemini. It feels like the Knight of Cups tells me that you are... sorry, not the Knight, but the King, that you are somebody who's really good in a sort of like a panic situation, I want to say. That you're someone that no matter what's going on, no matter what is tumultuous around you, no matter if the waves are crashing into you, that you're the person who can hold ground steady because you're emotionally available, you're emotionally intelligent, you know what to do in those emotional situations. Sometimes they will get overly emotional. I also want to say that you're showing me that maybe you are a bit stoic, that maybe you're someone who doesn't necessarily get overly emotional. You don't usually show your emotions on the surface, no matter what's going on. What else do we need to know about this King of Cups for Gemini, please, for the week ahead? What's going on with the King of Cups? We do have the Five of Pentacles. We do have the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Wands. I feel as though this is something that you've earned, I want to say. This is something that you worked really hard on, Gemini. Being emotionally available, being emotionally intelligent, knowing how to deal in emotional situations by not getting overly emotional. I feel like there was a time in the past where you were disconnected from these emotions, and maybe you only showed them when you were in a romantic situation, but anyone else around you really just kind of got Gemini as the person who is kind of stoic on the surface and was kind of detached emotionally and maybe didn't get overly emotional, or maybe didn't really even show emotions in certain types of situations. I feel like the only time that you did show emotions is when you were in a romantic situation. I feel as though this Ace of Wands is telling me that there's a new path coming up for you here. It could be romantic because the Knight of Cups is here, but we do have the Ace of Wands, which is telling me that there is a brand new, exciting, creative path that's about to open for you here. And I feel like it's opening because you've done a lot of work with this King of Cups here. You could have Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer in your moon or your rising. You don't have to, but it feels like you've done some really hard work with the self, and that you're showing up here as the king, sitting on the throne, and throw whatever you can throw at me, you say. I can catch it, no big deal. We've got the Seven of Wands, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, and we have the Hanged Man. So we do have a different perspective. That's what's giving you this energy of the King of Cups here. I feel like it's a different perspective that you now have about how hard you work. I feel like you realize that the work needed to be done on you. A lot of people don't ever come to that realization. They're constantly in the blame game, right? Blaming others for, you did this to me, so this is why this happened. A lot of people blame their parents, and a lot of people blame their exes. And I feel like you've come to a place where you're not like that anymore, that you're very practical about the way that you are growing and the way you're healing. I feel like you have noticed that there are things that you need to work on, and I feel like you're working on those things. We have the Seven of Wands, and I feel like you really like this place that you are with the King of Cups. It tells me that you are not going anywhere. You've put up some boundaries here. And the thing is when you become emotionally available, like the King of Cups here, When you become emotionally available, emotionally intelligent, when your heart chakra is open, you really do need tighter boundaries. So I feel like you've realized here that you need tighter boundaries, that you need to hold your ground on some things. But I feel like I want to say with the Eight of Pentacles, it's telling me that you're being very practical in the way that you are exerting your boundaries, right? Boundaries are always for us, never for them, right? It's not something we do to keep people out. It's not like building fences with your neighbor. It's not like that. It is, you decide that I have worth, I know who I am, and I'm allowed to be, all the things I want to be in terms of my emotion, but not everybody gets to have access to that. And that's why the boundaries are there, because some people will misuse you and they know that you're trying to do better for yourself. Instead of doing better for themselves, they're going to try and suck the energy from you. So I feel like you know that. I feel like it's a very practical approach to the way that you're healing here. And I feel like because you have gone from being on the outside looking in to being very emotionally well, or really loving the self, I'm going to say, it feels like you're going on some sort of a new path. You're being granted a new path because now you have the perspective. You have the perspective that you needed. You hung there for a while wondering why things weren't working for you. What's the perspective that you've gained here? That some things have to end, and sometimes they have to end in a blaze of glory. And that's the truth, right? We've got the Ten of Swords and we've got the Tower. I feel like something incredibly sad or hard happened to you back there. Maybe it's yesterday or before that. To me, that's the past. And it feels like there's a realization here that some things have to end, and they're going to be messy. They're going to be hard. It's going to make you bleed sometimes. It's going to be the hardest ending that you've ever had. But the realization is the Four of Pentacles is in the reverse. I kind of love that, because this Tower, whatever this was, made you more vulnerable. Who's vulnerable? This person. They know how to be vulnerable, but they know how to do it in the right way. They're not someone who's just gonna throw all of their emotional energy at somebody. I feel like this Tower here and this ending that you have a different perspective now, because something happened here. Either it ended a friendship, a job, a relationship, whatever it was, but it happened, like I like to say, in a blaze of glory. And when I say that, I see Sylvester Stallone with a gun under each arm, backing his way out of something and shooting at people. That's what I see. So it feels like you had to protect yourself. It felt like you're out there alone and you had to protect yourself. But whatever it was, I'm sure you weren't shooting at people. It was just what I saw in my head, what Charlie gave me. Charlie's my guide, by the way. It's the clairvoyancy that he gave me. So I feel like you were at it alone. You had to protect yourself. You had to go at it alone. Nobody had your back. You had your own back. And I feel like whatever ended was really terrible, but I feel like it was supposed to, because when we decide that we're going to change, and I think that you did, because the Eight of Pentacles is here, when we decide we're going to make a major change in our lives, the universe starts to break down the old timeline, right? So the place where you came from, the hallway you came from is caving in, because you no longer need that energy. So I feel like you hit the Tower, and then you become a little more vulnerable. You start sharing with people. And although this person is stoic on the surface, it doesn't mean they're not sharing with people. It means that when shit goes sideways, this person is not the person that's going to panic. This person is the person that can weather the storm, right? Weather the hard emotional battles. So bravo for you, I'm going to say. I feel like you went through something that made you the King of Cups, but now the thing is that you get this new path here. I want to say the Ace of Wands is here. What is this new exciting path for Gemini? We do have the Six of Cups, we have the Two of Cups, and we have the Three of Pentacles. I feel like it's something you've always wanted to do. So whatever it is, you have really good emotional, nostalgic feelings. So it's something from the childhood or something from the past, something you've always wanted to do. And I feel like it's the Two of Cups is telling me that it feels like you are falling in love with a friend. That's what it feels like here. I want to say that you had to become emotionally available, Gemini, in order to be able to move to the next level, which is the level of love. Now that you can love yourself, now that you know the depth of love that the King knows, now you can move forward and share that with somebody else. It feels like with the Three of Pentacles here that the Three of Pentacles to me is community, but it is also friendship. It's a friend of a friend, or somebody who you work really well with. You could have known this person in the Pentacle world. Maybe you worked with them. This is about collaboration or cooperation, someone being on your team, right? You being on their team. You could have literally been in the corporate world and been on each other's team. Maybe they were your supervisor, you were their supervisor. But it feels like here that you have realized that you have this these really deep feelings for somebody who I feel you've never dated before, somebody who you've always had the feelings for, but never showed it. You have a lot of really good memories with this person. They could be a Queen of Wands, someone who's Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. This is somebody that you would be very attracted to, somebody who looks really good on the outside, feminine or masculine, looks really good on the outside, and they're very tenacious and capable, and this person goes on their own path. They don't need anybody. I feel like that person, like when you catch the Queen of Wands, you have to run after the Queen of Wands because that person is on their path. They're doing their own thing to the exclusion of everyone. They don't really care. I feel like you've been wanting to express your feelings to this friend, but you're really scared to do it here. You're scared that this person isn't going to accept whatever it is that you have to say. We do have the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. And to me, that is like maybe you don't have a lot of confidence. You don't have a lot of confidence about the investment, that you think that if you come along and tell this person, look, I'm really interested in you. Can we try moving towards something together? I feel like you feel not very confident that this person is going to take your investment here, because I really do believe the Ace of Pentacles will change your life, and I feel like you're going for broke here. When I say going for broke, I mean that, you know what, you're just going to do it. You're just going to sign up for the thing, get in the race. Like, you don't really care what happens. You're not trying to control the ending of this. You're just like, I'm just going to get in the race and find out if it works. That's all what's going to happen here. We've got the 7 of Cups. We've got the Strength card, and we have the Hierophant. So I feel like for some of you, you could be dealing with somebody who is a Taurus. It doesn't have to be, but we do have you trying to find the courage to step forward into a commitment. That's what it looks like. That it's confusing and overwhelming to do this, to communicate with somebody here that you really have a lot of love for, but you've never shown it because the stoicism of this person who is in the King of Cups is someone who isn't going to show that on the surface. I think that you're about to tell somebody that you really have a lot of feelings for them here. I feel like you're trying to find the courage to maybe get into a commitment. And I don't mean jumping to the altar. I mean like commit to this person. Maybe we can start seeing each other and find out what's going on. I want to say the person that you are attracted to, the kind of person you're attracted to, is somebody who is on their own path. Somebody who has their own thing, who's not going to be codependent on you. Somebody who you can watch achieve the things that they're achieving whilst you're achieving your things in a parallel sort of way. So I feel like this person is the one who is the leader, on their way, on their own. They've got their own path. Also, we saw the Queen of Wands on the bottom, who is another one who is tenacious, right? So I feel like there is a friend here that I feel that you have realized in your awareness now because of the Tower and being the King of Cups, that you've realized there is somebody out there who has the kind of love that you can give. And that, I believe, is either the Hierophant or the Queen of Wands. So we do have Taurus, we have Leo, we do have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. We have the Tower, which is Scorpio. We have some swords here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius as well. And we have Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. All right. Let's go to the second hand, Gemini. Let's find out what else is going on. What else is going on for Gemini, please, in the week ahead? Tell me more about Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Gemini. What else is coming up in the week ahead for Gemini? Tell me about Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Gemini. Gemini, tell me how your birthday's going. Is it a birthday month for you? A birthday week? What's going on? I think I've only seen one Gemini who said, hey, it's my birthday today. We all want to say happy birthday. So if you say happy birthday in the comments, we all want to know that it is your birthday so we can cheer you on as well. Tell me about Gemini. We do have the Ace of Pentacles. Look, that's very interesting because the Ace of Pentacles showed up in the last hand. What's going on here? It looks like you are embarking on a new path, my friend. Oh, and Gemini, if you're interested in a private read, I've pinned a comment to the top of all the comments below this video. There's a link there. If you're interested in booking me, follow the link and you will find your way. All right, so there is a new path opening in the 3D. So this isn't a thought, this isn't a dream, this is something that's actually going to be going down here. I feel like there is something new that's about to be that's about to unfold here. Look at that. We have the Ace of Wands too. It's not only a place where you're investing or planting the pentacle. The Ace of Pentacles is going to change your life because it's abundance. Abundance is everything. It can be like, we don't really know until we plant the pentacle what type of abundance is going to be in the 3D. But I feel like this Ace of Wands is telling me that, first of all, you're excited to do it. You're tenacious. I want to say that you're taking a risk here, but it feels like it's a really exciting, not only a path in the 3D, but it's a really exciting, passionate path. We've got the Justice card, and we've got, I like it. So it looks like you are going to get justice in some sort of a new path that you're opening here. Bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. It does feel like you're about to get some karmic justice, and it's going to cause movement. So there's an opportunity that's about to show up, and it could be an opportunity to get some balance. It could be a legal opportunity. Like, there could be somebody who's coming to you and saying, look, can you sign this contract? I'd like to get into business with you. It feels like it's a 3D opportunity, and there's the big one, right? So if it is a contract, if it is something that that is coming to you because of some sort of karmic balance that's owed back to you from the universe, I feel like this is going to be everything. It's going to be everything. It's going to be exciting. And I feel like you knew it was coming. For some of you, you might have some energy that is psychic energy. I mean, we all have it though, right? We all have our intuition. We all have psychic intuition. Whether we choose to believe it, use it, and grow it is up to us. I feel like you know that something has to come to an end, and you are in your head about it. So in order to begin on this new path, right, because this is a beginning, that means something has got to end. Now, the Ace of Pentacles showing up means that the 10 of Pentacles has already been here, right? It feels like maybe there was a long-term relationship that ended, possibly in a harsh way. Maybe it feels like you're up in your head. Yeah, it feels like it was a relationship possibly with somebody. And when I say relationship, I don't necessarily mean love. It could be a best friend. It could be a member of the family. It could be something like that, but it could be love. Take it as it resonates for you. And in order for something new to begin, you had to end something else. So there is an opportunity for you to get some karmic balance here, for you to learn some karmic lessons and clear the karmic clock, I want to say. It's time for you to head forward with some sort of new opportunity. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. You're heading out there on your own. So it does feel like you did become single. It does feel like, I was looking at the bottom of the deck there, and it did feel like there is something that had to end, that you were up in your head about, that you stayed there with the 8 of Swords for a really long time. But I feel like finally you realize you've got to go, and you've got to create your own 10 Pentacles. We've got the 9 of Pentacles. It tells me that you are a person who has grown all by yourself, that you've grown and you've learned things. I feel like you're probably a business owner, somebody who is used to building pentacles all on their own. We have 9 and 1 is 10. I feel like you have come from the 10 of Pentacles, and it feels like you're heading out to look for a new 10 of Pentacles. That's what it feels like here. So we do have the 4 of Wands, right? So you're really serious about it. You've got your money in place. You were waiting for your finances, your home, your house, your car, your job, whatever it is, your business to flourish. And now it's time for you to make a home. So it feels like with the 4 of Wands here, it feels like there is somebody that you want to speak with here, that you're opening some sort of communication with somebody, because now it feels like you're stable. You're happy, you're excited. Maybe you've purchased a home, possibly, because the Ace of Pentacles means that there's a big purchase on the horizon. But it feels like you're about to open conversation with somebody here, or give somebody some clarity. Tell me what the Ace of Swords is, please. We do have the 6 of Pentacles, we have the Fool, and we have the Death card. See, there it is. I feel like because something ended, something must begin. I feel like you're about to give somebody reciprocity. It feels like your life is very busy, I want to say, but you really are thinking about reaching out to someone who could be an Aries, could be a Scorpio, possibly a Libra, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We've got that energy here as well. I want to say that you're hesitating, because we do have 1 wand here, and then we have 4, that you're kind of holding back, or maybe you did hold back in the past, but it feels like going forward here, you want to open this new chapter of giving somebody some reciprocal conversation about something. Sharing some ideas. The Death card tells me that you want to transform a situation here. Tell me what you want to say. Who is this, and what do you want to say? I feel like you're the one that's creating this opportunity with the Page of Pentacles. I feel like you're going to ask somebody to meet with you, see you face to face. Let's talk about something. Can we talk maybe about a contract? Possibly it's work related. Tell me about the Six of Pentacles, please, and the Ace. We've got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, and we have the Four. All right. I feel, Gemini, that this is somebody that you possibly had ignored an opportunity from in the past. I also want to say that with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, that you're worried that somebody is not going to acknowledge you, that they're not going to take your call, not going to answer your text. The Queen of Pentacles, when she's in the reverse, like when she's in the upright, she's the person who's the overgiver, right? This is Capricorn energy, also Taurus and Virgo in this general read, but this person is the overgiver. They're the one who gives everything to everybody all of the time. Money, home, come sleep on my sofa, let me make you a meal. Are you sick? I'll bring you food. You know what I mean? This is the person who is always doting on everyone else. But when the Queen of Pentacles to me is in the reverse, this is somebody who's looking over themselves, going over the detail. Am I enough? Do I have enough? Am I, sometimes when the Queen of Pentacles goes in the reverse is because she's been overgiving. She's exhausted and she's got to regroup and really look at herself. And, she's always reassessing the self. So I feel like you think because the Queen is in the reverse that maybe this person's not going to answer you, or maybe they're just, going to ignore it, I feel. I don't think that they are, I'm going to say, but I feel like your worry is because of the Four of Cups here. I feel like somebody offered you an opportunity already, and maybe you just ignored it or didn't say anything about it. The Seven of Pentacles tells me that time has passed since then. A lot of time has passed, possibly 5 or 7 years, but it doesn't have to be that long, of course. It could be 4 months. We do have cups here. Cups are months to me. So it does feel like here that we do have the Seven of Pentacles. It feels like it's been a really long time, or you've been waiting a really long time to make the decision to speak to this person, because I feel like this person might have been someone that you had a really hard ending with, or maybe things just ended in silence and it broke you. I feel like you didn't want to be apart from this person. So I feel like you're going to ask this person to meet you face to face, but you don't think that this person is going to take your advances here. We have the Chariot energy, we have the Seven of Wands, and we have the Eight of Swords, which was on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like this is why you're kind of holding back, or you're in indecision about what you should do from here, because it feels like you want to move forward, but because you're at the crossroads here, I see this particular depiction as someone who's holding up the Two Wands. I want to say that you're preparing while you're in the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands, of course, is indecision. I don't know what to do. I'm holding back. Maybe there's too much competition. But I feel like you've got the Two of Wands in your hands. You're at the Two of Wands and you're ready to make a decision about what you should do next. But I feel like the Eight of Swords is here. So I don't know that you're making that decision in the week ahead, but I feel like you're already thinking about it. It is about love. So I do feel you have a love interest here. That's what it feels like. You have a love interest in somebody that you're going to get. You want to open a new chapter here, and you want to have conversation, back and forth conversation reciprocally, but you think that this person is going to ignore you. Tell me how this turns out here. Give me a possible outcome here. We do have the High Priestess, we do have the King of Wands, and we have the Page of Wands. So I do feel like you are going to reach out. Yeah. I feel like you need to get over this fear of failure, or this fear that somebody's going to ignore you, or rejection. I mean, we all have that fear. But we do have the Page of Wands, which tells me you will be sending some sort of an electronic message, but you're going to need to feel inspired to do it, because the King of Wands never does anything without inspiration. So I feel as though you're kind of in the best shape that you've ever been in. Like, you look really good. You're feeling really good. I feel like you need to look deeper into the intuition, because the High Priestess is here. It feels like you've been silent with this person, probably for a really long time, but I feel like you need to look into the intuition to know when the inspiration will be, right? You have to feel inspired energetically, or with your psychic intuition. You have to be inspired before you do step forward here. But I feel like, I think right now, I'm trying to get an answer for you, but it feels like right now you're still in a situation that you haven't ended yet, possibly. There is something coming full circle, or something that is an achievement or a milestone that you're about to celebrate, and it's worrying you. So I think your mind is on this right now, but I think this is coming up in the near future. We do have the Six of Swords. You are going to be moving along, my friend. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you. Hope some of that was useful, helpful, fun, whatever. I'm going to go for now. Love you guys, and I'll be back, because I'm always back. Bye-bye.